Hi everybody, it's 314 Reactor, and today we're looking at ChaosUT for the original Unreal tournament. This is made by a team called Chaotic Dreams, so just on their website here, and from their own description, they are a small group of folks who create game modifications called Chaos. The original Chaos was made for Quake 2, and then they decided to make the jump to the Unreal Engine, and then they also made ChaosUT for UT2003 and ChaosUT 2 Evolution for UT2004, and they're also in the process of creating ChaosUT for UT4. So unfortunately, while looking through the website doing this video, I looked at their updated plans. This came out on December 16th, 2018, was the last update that they had. They haven't posted for quite some time from that point, and they said that the latest public available build of UT4 does not support their mod and they cannot update. They tried, but it's not possible. They were waiting for Epic to deploy the proper source code to GitHub, but it never happened. And this is probably about a year and a half after they stopped updating UT4. Unfortunately, you can join their Discord channel and check out their updates if they're still active. But unfortunately, it seems like UT4 ChaosUT may not be happening, which is really, really sad. I'm just hoping that there's some sort of community development that continues on UT4 that allows them to implement a ChaosUT4. Otherwise, that's really, really sad because that would have been really cool. And they've got quite a lot of accolades behind them. For the Quake 2 version of Chaos, it was selected for inclusion on the retail CD of Extremities, which I actually own. It's really cool. The artwork's really cool. There we go. Suitably low resolution JPEG of the Quake 2 Extremities netpack. That's really awesome. Chaos Quake is on there, which is really, really cool. As for ChaosUT, it was selected as one of only 3 mods to be included on the Unreal Tournament Game of the Year Edition Retail CD. And of course, Unreal Tournament 2003, it received first place honors for Best Mutator in Phase 1 of the Make Something Unreal contest. 2004, ChaosUT 2 Evolution was selected for inclusion on the Editor's Choice Edition Retail CD. Now, ChaosUT is something that I've played for quite a few years now, and I thought it was time to make a proper video on it because it has really awesome artwork, really great weapons, and it's a very clean and fun mod. So we can take a quick look at the Quake 2 Chaos mod here. Let's have a look at the weapons. 3 parts to the weapons, and then there's an items page as well. So you got the broadsword, the chainsaw, the explosive super shotgun, the ancient crossbow, poison crossbow, explosive crossbow, the air fist, the flash grenade, the poison grenade, grenade launcher, the laser mines, and the living proximity mine launcher. Now, part 3, we have the missile launcher, the buzz saw, the gravity vortex, which is also in ChaosUT, and automatic sentry turrets, which again are also in UT. And of course, here we are on ChaosUT itself, which evolves a lot of the stuff that they did from Chaos Quake. And there's a number of downloads here. There's the full U mod, the full zip. A few of these links are broken, unfortunately, but I do have an old copy of ChaosUT 1.1. I also downloaded the map packs, which I don't believe all of the maps will work, but should give some extra maps to play around with. And there's also a server here, as well as the desktop, which replaces the Unreal Tournament text on the desktop with the ChaosUT text. And also there's the Crack Player model, which is this random alien player model that you can now play as. And it's really, really hilarious. So we're going to grab that as well. And there's some information here about actually starting ChaosUT. You can either use the game type or you can use the mutator. And there's a few extra mini mutators here. The sword melee, everyone's starting melee weapon is the sword. The arena mutator, which all weapons and ammo are replaced with ones that are selected in the ChaosUT configs. No health, removes all health, and the grapple only, which allows the ChaosUT grappling hook in non-ChaosUT games. That means you could probably put gnarly weapons in and have a grapple hook in there as well. So that's really, really cool. And there's some additional game types here: King of the Hill, Team King of the Hill, Sword Arena, and Team Sword Arena. And now we have a look at the weapons. So you got the Bastard Sword, which has a primary attack, which is just swinging and hitting people with a sword. And you can charge the attacks by holding down the fire button and timing your attacks so you can get more effective damage. And then there's the alternate fire, which is defense. So you can block most types of attacks, such as the sniper rifle, and you must be facing the attack for the defense to be useful. So if you play Sword Arena, there's kind of a strategy there. And there's the crossbow, which looks really, really awesome. And it has the standard arrow bolts, the explosive arrow bolts, and the poisonous arrow bolts. Players who have been poisoned may occasionally hurl a massive nasty green blob at you. And then there's the CAS-12 shotgun, which is the CUT automatic shotgun. The primary fire is of course firing the weapon. Alternate fire is actually a reload, which is really interesting because none of the other weapons really reload in Unreal Tournament. And the reload animation is very satisfying. You got the regular ammo, armor piercing ammo, which does more damage, and the explosive ammo, which does a whole ton of damage, but is very inaccurate. You've got the utility gun, which can push air at people with the primary fire, and then a lot of air at people with the secondary fire and push them away from you. And if you pick up the right ammo types, it will also fire ice pellets or fireballs. Yeah, the alternate fire will be short, powerful blasts of air, and you can bounce people off the walls and also rotate between ammo types. So you've got the fire and ice ammo types there as well. You've got the proximity mines with the little smiley faces on. They hop around and then they hunt for a victim, and only some weapons can hurt them. The alternate fire will stick to whatever you throw at it, and it will hide out waiting for victims to approach. So it's a proper little proxy mine. That's really, really cool. Then you've got the Flak 2, aka the Claw, which is a multi-purpose projectile launcher, which will fire standard flak ammo at medium range. The alternate range will fire much further, but the rate of fire is considerably slower. Then there's a proxy mode, which will fire the proximity mines here. And then when it's out of ammo, it can be used in melee mode, which will hurt people with the claw grabbing people. There's the Chaos Sniper version 2, which is very similar to the Unreal Tournament sniper rifle, but it even changes the standard sniper rifle a bit as well. It also has some additional scope variations. You can do zoom stops. You can jump between 1, 3, 6, 9 and back to 1x, kind of like Counter-Strike or Halo zooms. That's an option in the menu that you can use. And you have the two different ammo types, which is the standard ammo type A, and it changes this to be, I think, non-hit scan. I think the original's hit scan, and it makes them an actual projectile, so you actually have to lead shots, and they will also ricochet. And then you have ammo type B, which is the rocket-propelled bullets. They're extremely fast and even leave a nice smoke trail, and they can penetrate multiple unarmored targets, and I believe those are hit scan. Then you got the Vortex, which has a 100 feet pull radius and creates basically a wormhole that drags everybody into it and jibs them. And the alternate fire is that it will not activate until a few seconds after you release it, which gives you a better chance of getting out of range and surviving. You got the sentry turrets, which you can fire out with the turret launcher, and it builds this turret, which you can choose between rockets or high speed energy bullets. They have limited ammo and limited HP, and you can actually refill the ammo in them by stepping behind the turret. And enemies can also refill it as well, which will turn the turret to their side, which is really interesting. And you can set a button in the menu to flick between the different modes. So you can flick between the energy bullets or the rockets. There's also some extra features here, like the grappling hook, which behaves a lot like the grappling hook from Titanfall 2, or the grappling hook on the double-barreled shotgun from Doom Eternal, but it was doing it a good couple of decades before those games ever did it. You got the kamikaze, which is when you picked up 10 or more rockets, you can press the kamikaze button and you'll blow yourself up with a whole bunch of rockets and take out a whole bunch of other people with you. There's also the kick as well, which I didn't know about until now. So you can set that to be a specific button and kick people and boot them around the map. There's also some spawn protection that's been added in. Armor shards, gravity belt, which has an on-off switch. There's also real life sounds, and that is when you have the bots making sneezing and various other fart noises and burp noises, which makes it a little bit more interesting when you're playing the game. And when you're close to 0 health, you'll have a heartbeat as well. So you've got the King of the Hill mode here as well, which is we have to get to the hill and stay on it for as long as you can in order to win. There's all sorts of different settings there as well as a team-based mode, some extra HUD settings for the team-based mode. And there's also ChaosUT 2, which we'll just have a quick look at some of the weapons here. So yeah, you got the crossbow, very similar to the 99 version, but with enhanced graphics and a whole bunch of extra weapons and items. I'm going to have to try and check this out at some point. You've got the Gravity Vortex Launcher. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check this out. And then you've got ChaosUT 2 Evolution, which was for UT 2004. You've got, again, the crossbow, which looks really badass. Yeah, very similar weapons to the 2003 version. Ooh, yeah, you got the tactically enhanced Ripper, aka the Cutter. Inspired by the Buzzsaw from Quake 2 Chaos, the Ripper from Unreal Tournament, the Cutter delivers exactly what players have come to expect. Sharp circular blades flying around the arena. Ooh, that's cool. Another utility gun, sniper rifle, rocket launcher, gravity vortex launcher, and ChaosUT 2 turrets. Oh, that's cool. And then finally, there's ChaosUT 4. Let's see if they got some weapons up here. Oh, wow, look at that. That's the Bastard Sword, but with the Unreal Engine 4 graphics. Oh, look at that. The new claw. There's still some work happening on UT4, I believe. So hopefully this gets released as well. This looks really, really cool. Anyway, we're going to be looking at the UT99 version. So let's dive in and check it out. Alrighty, here we are at the ChaosUT boot screen there with some really cool music already, looking suitably 90s. And here we're going to look at the ChaosUT setup. You can see there's the alternate HUD mode, there's respawn protection, there's the grappling hook, there's the CTF flag drop on grappling hook, there's the settings for the turret. We can have the duration, ammo, how many you can have in total. And here's the controls where you can do the hook swing, the hook up, kamikaze kick, the turret change weapons, and the belt on and off. I could never get the hook up bit to work. I don't know what that does. And then there's zoom stops, which affects the zoom of the sniper rifle to make it behave more like Halo or Counter-Strike. First thing we're going to look at is King of the Hill using the level Cerebro. And we're looking at the rules there. Infinite hill time limit, so it'll just go on forever. And then we're going to keep the standard settings there, and then we're going to put bots. I'm going to start off with 16 and put them on experienced and see how we go. This does get quite chaotic on this map, even though it says it's for 4 to 16 players. We're using the HD textures and HD skins, so we've just got the 2 mutators in there. There's the ChaosUT 1.1 mutator, the arena mutator, sword mutator, the no health, and the grapple only mutator that you can use with other game modes. So you can have the grapple in stuff like Gnarly Weapons 3. And here we go into this map, which hopefully YouTube doesn't mind the music that's on it. But you can see there's some really cool shading going on here. And we are using IC Bind DirectX 11, but I think this shading was available in the original DirectX 7, 8 release of the game. And this map just looks very, very cool. I think this is one of the maps from the map pack that I downloaded. Some of them just don't load because they're not meant to work with anything beyond the betas. But this one loads and it's got a really nice teleportation texture there. So we dive in, we got no weapon to start off with. We start off with the CUT sniper rifle there with the RPB rounds. Get the CAS-12. This is where you really see how awesome the CAS-12 is in close proximity. Absolutely destroys enemies, and the water effects look really good there as well. I love the graphics for UT. You got a really cool crystal skull up there over the actual hill. This kind of reminds me of the arena from the Voyager episode that had the rock. Just really reminded me of that for some reason. Those who know. And you can see there's RPB rounds flying around, rockets flying around. It's so intense with 16 players on this tiny little King of the Hill map. We've got the explosive ammo for the CAS-12 there, which is absolutely devastating, as you can see. And this gun is so satisfying to fire. The reload's awesome as well. Really cool animation, really cool sound. And it just absolutely obliterates everything. It's so satisfying. And I turned it down to 6 bots, just so we can have a little bit more of a calmer look at the weapons and gameplay. Look at that shading though. The way the shading and lighting interacts with that water as well. It looks so good. Just love how Unreal Tournament looks, even after all these years. And of course, because we're using the IC Bind DirectX 11 renderer, that means we are running on 4.6.9 release E. So that means ChaosUT is fully compatible with the latest patches of UT from OldUnreal, which is fantastic. The jibs flying around is just absolutely awesome. So much destruction. A little bit of a look at the utility gun there with the air mode. Picked up the mega health, got a bastard sword, getting some armor shards here, so you can see all the extra items and pickups that this game mod adds in. And you can see here that the fireballs disintegrate in the water. They just sort of turn to steam. So you have to aim above the water and hit the guy in the head with them. That's a really cool little detail there, that the fireballs get put out in the water. There's some people throwing some proxy mines around there, and we've got the U damage with the bastard sword here. And it just cuts people up and looks amazing. I love that shaded look effect on weapons when you pick up the U damage in this game. It looks absolutely amazing. And that sound is so nostalgic as well. That is so awesome. And then you get the blood all over the sword as well. It's a really cool effect. It's so awesome. We're just throwing some proxy mines here. So they'll bounce around and try and hit an enemy and blow them up. And here we go over to King of the Hill Base Station Beta. We're going to go up to 8 enemies here. And you can see some of the HD textures here that are used on this map. Got a link in the description to the Unreal HD project. And what I'm going to do is flick it over to replace weapons so that all of the weapons that are exclusive to ChaosUT are available. You still have some of the original UT weapons because not all of them are replaced. But the ones that are replaced are exclusively the ChaosUT weapons. And here we have the Flak 2, aka the Claw, with the main fire there. It fires out the flat cannon shot. Quite a lot of range, and the secondary has even more range. Look at that. It's like a mortar. You can hear some arrows flying around there from someone who has a crossbow. And then you can see the Claw firing out the proxy mines, which is awesome. Means you can really lay down some explosive traps. Look at that. Cool little animation there as well. Then over to the crossbow, which is really satisfying because you have to really lead the shots and time it right, and when you do, it just feels great with some great sound effects and an awesome reload animation there as well. And when you hit people in the right place, it jibs them. Yes. That's awesome. That bot got a bit stuck there for some reason. And here we are with the offline mode, but there's no ammo, and you can use it as a melee weapon. You can sort of grab people with it and then take them out, like the impact hammer. And there's the armor-piercing ammo on the CAS-12, which does tons of damage. So satisfying. Such a cool gun. And adding in reloads adds an interesting little dimension to things. This person has no weapon and they're just staring at me for some reason. Don't know how that happened, so I just take them out. I don't know if there's a bug with my UT installation here causing that, but here we go over to Chaos Castle. And we are now back up to 16 bots because this is a really big map. It's kind of like Lava Giant, but with a big volcano in the middle and a larger castle on either side. So I've immediately been blown off the side of the map there because some enemies spawned on our side. There's a secret in the middle here, like the special weapon, and trying to get it is a bit tricky. So you have to press this button, that lowers down, and you have to sort of jump across. Find different ways by using the grappling hook and jumping in the right direction. Otherwise you'll fall in the middle and die. We managed to get the source module there for the turret. So we fire that, and you can watch this little thing appear, and then it beams down the turret, which looks absolutely awesome, and it will fire out little plasma balls or rockets, depending on what mode you have. And there's some of the burping sounds from the bots there. There we go, it's firing some energy balls. Look at that. And you can flick different modes to flick it to rockets. There we go. And by default you can have 4 of these, but you can set that up to probably a maximum of like 99 or something ridiculous. So if you spent enough time you could probably get a whole ton of these on a map. But I imagine the game would crash at some point. There we go, look at that. Absolute barrage of rockets. Looks like something out of RoboCop. And it's a really, really cool addition. Yeah. And of course, all the kills it gets go to you. There's the sniper rifle. And we're just going to throw a gravity vortex there and try and get away from it, but we don't quite manage to get away from it. And you can just see the view from my jibbed body flying around there, which is quite ridiculous. Here we are, doing some long-range shots with the crossbow. The crossbow bolts don't drop through the air, so there's not any ballistics or anything like that. So as long as you time it right, they should hit. I found a good little place here. You can grappling hook across to get that special weapon. We've got the U damage with the crossbow there, which does a whole ton of damage. Then we've got another gravity vortex. Throw it in the enemy base. And again, did not manage to get away. And somehow I picked up a insta-jib shock rifle. I don't know where that was on this map. I just found myself randomly with it. But it's awesome. I think that might be a thing specific to the map or the mod, maybe you can pick it up. Either way, it's awesome. So you're just running through, jibbing enemies there. Man, what a great mod. And of course, you get the U damage on the insta-jib, which presumably does nothing, because the insta-jib kills everything already, but god damn it, made it even more satisfying with that extra U damage sound there. Oh man, that's so satisfying. Bit of accidental friendly fire there. And the little animation there with the U damage on that little screen on the utility gun. Oh, it looks so good. And then the U damage with the gravity vortex looks great as well. And again, I just get dragged into it and blown up. And there's the reload. So you right click and you get the reload on the CAS-12. And here we put a turret just outside the enemy base with the amazing skybox from UT there. Turned off the HUD to try and get a thumbnail picture. Look at that, it just sits outside the enemy base. Great stuff. Just absolutely obliterates them. And this is edited down. I sat there for quite a while just watching this turret obliterate the enemy as they try to leave their base. So now we're going over to capture the flag, and we're going to go on Lava Giant with low gravity. Now this is a map that I really love running with ChaosUT because I can remember the location of the super weapons. And with low gravity on, having the grapple hook really helps this area so you don't end up like that person in the lava. Grappling hook back, got the turret here, set it up. And put it into rocket mode. And there we go, nice little defensive rocket outside our base there. And of course you can grappling hook pretty much anywhere, including on the skybox. There you go, you can just grapple hook on the skybox there, so you can just go wherever you want. Kind of like Spider-Man. And now we're up here, where we can snipe some of the enemies using the crossbow. Very, very satisfying that is. Again, as long as you lead your shots, you can hit them, but at this distance, it's a little bit trickier. Just hear some of the noises there from the kick animation, or the kick functionality, which doesn't actually show anything. It just makes a little bashing noise, as you can hear there. But if you're next to an enemy and press it, you will kick them back. As we're about to do here, kick them back. Shoot them in midair. Awesome. Just a random fart noise there from one of the bots. Such a funny mod. Oh yeah. Get the utility gun there. Firing out some ice shots. Also blasting people back with air there. And then what we're going to do is grab the flag and use the air blast to blow ourselves up into the air. So using a combination of that with the grapple hook and low gravity means you just traverse the map ridiculously quickly. And I don't think I've seen the bots use the grappling hook, so I don't think they're actually aware of it. So that means they're all at a disadvantage. But we swing down here. And the swinging mechanic really, really reminds me of the meat hook from Doom Eternal. Feels very similar. Obviously just a lot more rudimentary. Set up a second defense turret here. Leave it on energy mode. And I tried out the kamikaze here as well, which just makes you jump up in the air in third person and blow yourself up with a pack of rockets, which is hilariously unexpected. I was also waiting for the RPP rounds to spawn here. They have a different box, as we saw on the website. And then I realized I'd already picked them up. I think because we're using the HD skins for the weapons, and the HD skins have the same box for the RPB rounds, so I didn't realize. But there we go, we've got the RPB sniper rifle there. which is basically like a rail gun. You don't have to worry about leaving the shots or anything. It's pretty much immediate, and it does immense amounts of damage, and it's very, very satisfying. There we go, look at that. It has a very cloudy feel when you fire it. That's the best explanation I can give. It just feels good. Nice and smooth. And there we go. We're just going to try and grapple hook over here. Again, grapple hook on the skybox. Over to the other side of the map. Ooh, look at that. And you can see the difference between the normal sniper and the RPB sniper because it's got a slightly teal tint on the scope. Ooh, yes, look at that. And the ejected case is flying out in low gravity. I think I'm still in the air at this point because the grappling hook is still activated. So satisfying. The sound is great as well. Again, just fly over using the low gravity, then the grapple hook. And using the utility gun to blow everyone away. Fire some fireballs at them. Look at that. And then fly right back. Someone actually hit me there with the the utility gun and made me fly back, so I just used the grappling hook there. Land to this little middle lane bit. I also want to try out the explosive crossbow, which is amazing. You can just see it here. Absolutely obliterating the enemy bots here as you fire the explosive bolts in the middle of them all. Oh yeah, and the low gravity jibs there. I did get stuck in the zoomed mode for a bit. I think that's a bit of a bug. And again, I tried one last go at this gravity vortex, but again get dragged into it. I need to try and use the secondary mode. There just doesn't seem to be any time to get away from it in the normal mode. But you can just hear it absolutely obliterating everyone around it there. Which is excellent. Firing some poison darts here. Which seems to freeze one of these bots up. But I didn't see any green globs coming from them. There you go, it freezes that bot there, who then gets taken out. And another turret here. Just to keep some pressure on the enemy's base. Just dodging some RPB rounds there. And then I get hit with the fire effect there over the screen, which looks really cool. And this is where I try and again throw a gravity vortex into the enemy base, but it doesn't work. Oh, that's so funny. Again, just absolutely obliterating all the enemies that keep spawning back in their base. And it drags in friendlies as well, but it's not hurting them. So they just make pain noises. Here we go, we're going to go for the win here. We're going to use the Doom Eternal Ballista style jumping with the utility gun. Straight into the base. And then there we go. Alright, and here we are. We're going to look at the Krek. And we're actually going to play as the Krek army. Let's go for the Recycler variant. So ridiculous. Let's go into some Assault. Let's go to Frigate. Let's keep low gravity on. And then let's put the Arena Mutator on. Check out the config. And let's put Flak 2 and proxies on. Here we go. So, being the Krek, you can hear the sounds it makes as it jumps. Whoa. Now that is awesome. Oh my god, there's so many of the proxy mines flying around. That is really chaotic. Oh my god, there's so many. There you go, they stick to the walls and hide. That's really cool. Oh god, all the noises, so funny. Here we go. Whoa! Okay, this is insane. There it is, there's the Krek. Oh, that's brilliant. Is there a way that we can make all of the bots Kreks? There's a whole ton of bots here. Made the first 16 all Kreks, so let's hope that they're all Kreks. Let's dive in. Well, there we go. They're not all Kreks, but we have some Kreks running around. Look at that. That's so funny. There they are. There's some enemy Kreks. Oh, that's so ridiculous. And that is just absolutely chaos with the Flak 2 launcher. And there's so many of these mines flying around. Oh my god. So close quarters as well that it's really tricky to get around all those mines, those proxies. My god. This weapon is so good. Dangerous in close quarters though, of course. There's a Krek swimming there. It's quite creepy. God, the way they leap is so funny. Oh my god. Oh my god. We need to get into that control room and drop a whole load of mines. The Krek said loser, that's quite funny. So in theory, one of these mines, if they explode next to the objective, they should complete the mission. There we go. Excellent. That's so funny. Alright, the other thing we want to try out is Sword Arena. Arcane Temple. Pure swords. And the way the Kreks hold the swords is hilarious. Look at that. One epic battle. That was amazing. Oh dear. Oh man, the blood on the sword is brilliant. Whoa. I still love the graphics of Unreal Tournament. It looks so good. Really nice shading. Whoa. This really makes me wish they had more modding support for Doom games. I know Doom Eternal has mod support, but if like the Dark Ages had mod support as well, you could have Chaos Doom. Now that would be awesome. Shield belt. I haven't found the gravity belt. I definitely haven't explored all of the stuff you can do in this mod. Oh my god. But I've been playing for a couple of hours. But overall, I've been playing this for years, on and off, every now and then. I always like to load up a bit of ChaosUT. I just didn't realise there was so much to it. Like, the fact I didn't even know about the grappling hook is really crazy. I should have read the documentation. Oh, at some point I need to try the grappling hook with, like, Gnarly Weapons 3. That would be amazing. There we go. Haha. It's a bit tricky because obviously the physics are really really rudimentary in this game, so a grappling hook is tricky to do. Oh, there we go. Good bit of parrying there. Oh, look at the shading on it, though. This game makes me so nostalgic. Whoa! Because look at the shading on the sword. With the light coming from the water and stuff. That is really nice. Whoa! It's really top tier DirectX 8 style. Oh, the Krek voices are great. Look at them. It's like something from Abe's Odyssey. Or Abe's Exodus. There is one other thing we can do, and that is add in Ultra Gore from Gnarly Weapons. Oh, look at that. There we go. That extra jibbing. That's the stuff. Oh boy. Let's charge up a shot. Oh, if you hold the key, you can't charge up. Whoop. Maybe I misread the documentation. I thought you could hold the left key and charge up a shot. Look at this. So intense sword battles. Oh, man, this is a lot of fun. I could just... Oh my god. Look at... the jibs. Oh man. I could just play this for hours, but I'd better wrap up the video. So that was ChaosUT for Unreal Tournament 99, made by Chaotic Dreams. Really amazing mod, been playing it for years, but I always seem to discover something new about it, especially for this video. So all links will be in the description to go check it out. There's some really talented people that work on this. All of their mods have pretty much had some sort of recognition from the developers of their respective games, which is really, really amazing, really impressive. And I need to check out ChaosUT 2, QuakeUT, and also, hopefully, they complete work on ChaosUT 4, because that would be seriously awesome to see that, and would help keep UT4 alive, which is now almost 10 years since the development on that stopped, which is really sad. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Leave a like, hit subscribe. There's a new video every week on tech and video games. Make sure to hit the little bell. I hope everyone's staying safe, and I will see you in the next video.